Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee, and today we are going to do a Fearsome Top 5 video. What was this one called? Scary videos that you should not watch alone. I noticed that this is the time of year where a lot of these channels do a top 15, top 25, whatever. There was a top 15 TikTok ghost videos that I could have done, but I thought this one was going to be more interesting, so we'll jump into this and see what it's like.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we're diving into 8 scary ghost videos guaranteed to give you chills. Number 1. A man named Luke had just become a father, and like any protective parent, he installed a camera to watch over his baby. Well, one night while his son was tossing and turning, the camera in the room captured something truly chilling.
I don't care who you are, if you see something like this on a baby monitor, it's going to be creepy. I would prefer spirits avoid babies, but there's something about babies that seems to attract them. I don't know why. It's just weird to me. But spirits, if you can hear me, leave the babies alone. No more baby haunts.
As the baby struggled to fall asleep, something appeared on the other side of the room. Something that definitely wasn't supposed to be there. What appears to be a toddler walked into frame before stopping to look around the room. This small child lingered in place before stepping back out of view and disappearing completely. At first glance, this video seems pretty normal, until you realize that Luke only has one child, the baby in the crib. So who or what was lurking on the other side of the...
Okay, that is really weird, and I already have goosebumps. Where's my blanket? Sorry, everybody, I hit the mic. Oh, need my blankie now. Oh.
the bed? Number 2.
I don't know what it is about kid ghosts and things like that. It's just creepy to me. I forget what that. There was a show where it opened up with a zombie baby. It was in like the first couple scenes. It was crazy. I didn't like that either. I don't like child death or anything. I don't like any of that. Ugh, just bad mojo. Ugh. The Ohio State Reformatory. All right.
The Mansfield Prison is located in Ohio, and construction on this massive structure began all the way back in 1886. Over the years, what was meant to be a place of reform slowly devolved into something much darker. A prison filled with overcrowding, violence, and inhumane conditions. Because of its dark history and decades of reported paranormal activity, it's now considered one of the most haunted prisons in America. Visitors claim to hear footsteps, disembodied voices, and occasionally see shadow figures. Well, this haunted prison was no match for a TikToker named Poopstains27 who braved...
I wonder if people regret their TikTok usernames. Like I gave up our TikTok to Dusty. So ours is just Dusty Plains. But poop stains, and there had to be a number on the end of it, so 27. Meaning there's at least 26 other people out there with a TikTok username poop stains. Okay, people are strange. I'll always say people are much weirder than spirits and other paranormal stuff.
ventured inside, but while wandering through the halls, he came face to face with something that'll never forget.
What the? That's some creepy ass shit. Hold on, I wanna see this.
Incredibly, one of the jail cell doors violently swung back and forth. The man recording couldn't believe his eyes as he cautiously stepped closer. The way it moved almost looks as if someone we can't see was swinging the door. There wasn't any wind in the building at the time, and none of the other doors were moving.
You also got to remember that it's a prison door. As you see, nothing but bars. I don't even think there was anything but bars there. Where they hand the food through. If they lock them in there, that could just be the way that door is. But there's no solid pieces that could get blown by the wind. Like none of these bars are stopping the wind to make it move like that. Yeah, that almost looks like someone's shaking it back and forth like you would if you were in the cell, rattling it, asking to get out or whatever. And those are fairly heavy, so it would take a substantial breeze to get those to move, if you even could get them to move with the wind. Like you can't see inside the cell, so maybe its natural resting place is here, and there's somebody in there with a fishing line or something just yanking it back and forth. Who knows? It could be faked. But generally in places like this, I tend to believe them a little bit more because a lot of dark stuff goes on in prisons. God, there are some prisons where people performed ritual sacrifices with other prisoners and animals, rats and birds and cats, whatever they could get their hands on. Some of the prisons have strange freaking histories. Ghost hunting in prisons seems to be popular. I don't know why. I would stay away from them myself, but that's just me.
I gotta say, this TikToker's reaction was surprisingly calm. Considering if this was me, I would have shit myself and ran.
And considering his TikTok username is Poopstains, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd done that himself a couple times.
Number 3. Over on the Ghost subreddit, one user shared a video their dad recorded that neither of them can explain. According to the post, the man leaves for work early every morning, and along one particular stretch of road, he often spots a dark figure standing off to the side. But as he gets closer, it always fades away, until one foggy morning when he finally managed to catch it on camera. Near the sign, a faint shadowy figure can be seen.
I don't even know if that's fog. It looks like these houses over here have their fireplaces going. It looks like wood smoke almost just coming out, and because the air is so heavy, it's getting all pushed straight down onto the road. But yeah, this shadowy figure here just seems to sink into the ground as he gets closer. It's weird. It's a weird one for sure.
Standing on the side of the road, this faint silhouette looks to be the outline of a person, but as he kept driving, it slowly faded out of view completely. The man driving claims to see this figure often, and on multiple occasions, he's even swerved to avoid hitting them. But this is clearly not a living person, so could it be a ghost, or possibly just a trick of the light? You decide.
I mean, I guess that could be fog, but it seems awfully thick. Like, I live on an island, and when we get fog, we get pretty good fog. Nothing like I've seen in like London and places like that, but I've never seen it like this anywhere else besides London. But he's driving on the wrong side of the road to be in the UK. Not sure about that one.
Number 4. Dealing with a paranormal presence in your home sounds like a terrifying experience only seen in movies. But for a man named Tristan, it's all too real. For the last few years, his daily life has become a living...
Actually, I think we've seen these ones as late as, or as early as last week. If this is the ones I'm thinking of, this is the one where his house is got stuff going on, and I think he catches a shadow at one point. Can't quite remember if this is the same guy, but we'll find out.
Nightmare as an unseen force continues to taunt him. He documents his chilling experiences on TikTok, and unfortunately, this activity doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Okay, this is a different one. There must be a lot of TikTok users named Tristan.
He began recording after hearing a noise, immediately catching the door across the hallway hauntingly open. He stared on in terror as his own bedroom door then slowly began to close on its own. According to Tristan, he decided not to record anything for a few months in hopes that it would cause the activity to die down. But to his dismay, it only seemed to get worse.
Okay, that looks like something my cat would do. And there's a litter box right there. But I've been trying to check shadows and reflections to see if there's anything I could see, like a person off to the side somewhere. I don't see anything. So yeah, that's a bit creepy, that one. So far I haven't seen a similar clip, but I know we've heard the name Tristan on here before. I should have paid more attention to the numbers, see if they were the same guy, but that's weird. I don't know what that is, but it probably shouldn't have fallen off that shelf on its own, or that desk on its own. Okay, we have seen this before. Because I remember this kitchen hallway setup. there was one clip where he walks to this door and his cat's coming out of another room, and the door to the bathroom, the handle's jiggling up and down like crazy, and then by the time he walks up to it, it opens on its own. And the bathroom is way too small to hide somebody. I remember this guy, so it is the same person. Okay.
From the looks of it, the entity in his home doesn't appear to be dangerous, but rather simply trying to get his attention. And by throwing objects to the floor like this, I would say it definitely got his attention. Number 5. A Reddit user named SS Shooter says that a friend of his has a Ring camera set up outside of his home. And late one night, while everything was quiet and still, something incredibly strange was caught moving in front of this camera.
What?
From behind a tree, a small white figure eerily drifted into view. And if we take a closer look, it actually appears to be walking. It hauntingly crept towards the left, until eventually triggering the motion-activated light and instantly fading out of view. Whatever this figure was, it was now completely gone. Nothing like this has ever been caught on this camera before, and this figure hasn't been seen since. So whatever was lurking in this...
Unfortunately, you can't see too far over here because it's so dark, but it looks like there's a bush there and then this tree. So if it came down the road, you can't tell. Not from this camera anyway. But yeah, that was weird. As soon as the motion-activated floodlight came on, the figure slowly just vanished, and by the time it should have been here, there was nothing. So that is weird. It hasn't been seen since, so that's even weirder. Generally, hauntings are most often recur, especially ones outside the home. They seem to be entities caught in loops, so they always repeat what happened to them in the past. So if this person died walking down this road, you think they would appear more often, but this is the only time they've seen it. It seems weird.
Driveway at 5 a.m. remains a mystery. Number 6. According to a woman named Hannah, the college where her mom works is said to be extremely haunted. Her mom often experiences strange activity when she's there alone early in the morning. On multiple occasions, she's heard a disembodied voice whisper her name and witnessed doors mysteriously locking and unlocking with no one else in sight. Several of her coworkers have also reported chilling encounters, but none had ever captured any proof. That is until one day when a janitor pulled out his phone to record and caught this.
It's always the janitor. There was one of these videos where we saw a high school where the janitor was cleaning up after the kids had a party, and a balloon followed him out into the hall and down the hall, and then he saw our speeding reflection in the window. And that school was supposedly built on top of a burial ground, although they had moved all the bodies. So that was a little weird. But janitors catch a lot of stuff. I'm not sure why. It's just maybe they're the only ones around at the time this stuff is happening.
Yes. After hearing a strange noise coming from a nearby room, he walked in with his phone recording, and As he looked ahead, one of the baby dolls suddenly moved completely on its own. The way this doll moved is incredibly hard to explain, as he was nowhere near it and nothing else appeared to be touching it. The doll abruptly shifted to the right, sending the janitor bolting out of the room in fear. And this right here is a prime example of why I do not like dolls.
I concur with you, Fearsome. I hate dolls. Hate them. I've noticed that very often when a doll shifts like that and is looking a certain direction, that's the spirit telling you to look that direction or go that direction. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just associating things with something like that. But I would have done what this janitor did. I would have just probably run, turn and run. The place looked clean enough. It didn't need to be cleaned anymore. I'm good.
Number 7. 13 years ago, a woman named Jessica tragically lost one of her closest friends named Eric. Since his passing, Jessica believes he's visited her from time to time, sending subtle signs from the other side. But after moving into a new house, something strange happened. Late one night around 3 a.m., it seemed that Derek decided to stop by and pay her a visit.
Mary, what the He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Mary, he's doing it again. Derek! Hey, Derek! I know you're f***ing with me, dude. Derek! Derek! I'm talking to you, man. Stop f***ing with me, dude. Calm down, Jessica. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's just Derek. It's just Derek. Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek. What you doing, buddy? I miss you. Derek. What are you doing, buddy? You know I love you. You know I love you. Hey, Derek. Come on, you dumb. What the f?
The doorway in front of her leads up to the attic, and according to Jessica, the only things stored up there are a few boxes and old furniture. No one was in the attic at the time this video was recorded, or at least there shouldn't have been. So what was casting the shadow on the wall? Something large and oddly shaped must have been moving up there to create it, but Jessica has no idea what it could have been. People in her comments begged her to go up into the attic and show them what was up there. So she decided to make a follow-up video to do exactly.
Okay, that's a little weird. That looked like almost a globe of mist or something that could switch shapes. That was really weird. Not a big fan of that one.
That.
Y'all wanted me to come up to the attic, okay? This is a wall that y'all saw some shit on. And these are the stairs. Like, my husband has all his clothes, of course. But if you look up there, there's no windows. I'm not going all the way up there because it scares the shit out of me. There's no windows. There's a sofa, some mirrors, a chair, his clothes, but there's no windows up here, okay? There's nothing up here. would have done anything. See? No window. No window. No windows. Nothing. Absolutely nothing up here. Other than like his toolboxes and a chair. I'm not going up here because it's too scary for me. But there are some mirrors, which is weird for an attic. A fan. See, there's no windows. This is my attic. There's nothing up here that could have done that. Alright, I'm getting the out of here because it feels weird.
She headed up the stairs, showing the random objects that were scattered around the attic. But at the very end of the video, something strange was caught. Right after she said she was getting out of there because it felt weird, a bizarre object was caught on video. Directly in front of her, near the stairs, this object appeared for a split second before vanishing. Jessica didn't notice anything at the time, but commenters were quick to point it out. And they also let her know that they don't think this is Derek. But if it's not, then who or what is trying to get her attention?
That almost looked like it was trying to wave her up into the attic too, so that's even creepier. Ugh. Yeah, and that thing at the end, it looked like something almost ran into the camera lens, and she didn't notice it. That's weird. That's strange.
Number 8. Paranormal investigators Elliot and Joe from the Ghost Theory YouTube channel have had one particular location in mind for the last 6 years. This cottage was recently put up for sale, so before it's too late, the guys decided to finally venture inside. This old house is eerily isolated in the middle of the countryside, and on a cold, windy night, the two made the 3-hour drive to the location, going inside with positive attitude.
I'm going to have a look around here, because I haven't actually had a look in this yet. And I noticed it when we just come down now to get started that there is a room here, so... Ooh.
God, that is windy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, wind is supposed to be a good conductor for paranormal activity.
It's very good for paranormal activity.
It's also good for sound.
Yeah, just don't tell anyone it's windy.
Yeah. Did you see that?
No? Is there a spirit here that can make this curtain move?
Oh dear.
That's the same reason I don't trust any paranormal investigation outside. There's way too much stuff that can mess with your equipment. Like a blown out window with the curtain moving, even if it wasn't as windy as it is there, if you caught a gust at some point in the night, oh, it's a ghost, but it's just a busted out window with a curtain in front of it. Yeah, that's why it's hard to trust a lot of these investigations, in my opinion, especially the outdoor ones. A lot of them don't make any sense. You can hear sounds and growls and stuff in nature all the time. Heck, a raccoon could growl at you if you not even see them. So
They may be joking now, but things are about to take a chilling turn. They made their way upstairs, setting up equipment along the way. And just as they started the investigation, they heard this.
So we're going to obviously start off by just listening for a bit, because then we can determine what's wind and what's not. We have actually put a little wedge or something in the window over there to stop it from rattling so much, for noise pollution. So
4. Literally, as you mentioned,
literally.
glass.
Yeah. Good start.
Oh, this is the problem, isn't it? Because they're going to go jumpy now.
As they stood upstairs, the wind continued to pick up, causing the window to rattle. They went over to try and stop it, but what they heard next sent a chill down their spines.
We're going to have to do something about that window.
Right, that'll stop it, won't it?
That's not wind, is it, surely?
That was definitely the sound of feet going upstairs. Personally, I would have gone over to the banister there and looked down to make sure there was no one near the bottom or somebody just peeking at the most stair they could get to. So that's what I would have done. Who knows? I'm glad they have the lights though, because that board missing would have been dangerous. That would have been a bad fall for somebody.
Are we both assuming that was in this room?
Yeah.
Honestly, it sounded more like stairs rather than people walking across the floor, but going by the change of tone of the footsteps. But that's just me. Maybe they heard it better than what they recorded, so who knows?
I mean, again, it is windy. That was
Quite
proper footsteps.
prominent, wasn't it? It was very quick.
It doesn't sound like... Oh, it does, actually. It's hollow.
I thought it came out.
I know, that's what I think. It almost sounded like it was atop the stairs. I was wondering if it was in this room.
While they were focused on the window, the sound of footsteps came from behind them. These footsteps were unmistakable and definitely did not sound like just the wind. Elliot would go on to add.
And they didn't sound like they were bare feet like they just showed. It definitely sounded like shoes of some sort. Boots or something. But it was loud. So, yeah, I'm surprised. I could have sworn the way they stomped and the tone changed each step that they were coming up the stairs. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know why they think it's in this other room. And again, unless they had a better hearing of it than we can from the recording.
If any spirits could make a noise, and it's safe to say that neither of them were expecting the response they got.
I need to get out of here.
It's quite suffocating in there.
Yeah, I don't like that room at all.
Can you copy me?
What the Why can't I hear talking now?
I can hear talking.
I swear I just heard people like whispering. and
Right
shit.
outside, yeah.
Yeah. No, he couldn't do.
There was.
Yeah, but we can't be actual people because you know someone was here. You couldn't walk up here with no torches. You wouldn't drive here with no lights. I was like,
I definitely heard that.
Yeah.
I promise you.
2 knocks exactly as you did,
Yeah.
and then someone talking, like whispering in the corner. You wouldn't even hear, if someone was talking outside, you wouldn't bloody hear them in there, surely.
They listened carefully, trying to distinguish between sounds caused by the wind and potential paranormal responses. Well, it's safe to say that they were not expecting what they heard next.
Yeah, that. But it's when it's...
That's in here. That's 100% in here.
It's when the wind's less. I need to stop that window from doing that. Making it really difficult.
You can't. Hang on. I'll put my red light on. What's on here?
Why is it every time we're trying to stop the window, something happens?
That's got.
It's just the doors, yeah. For fuck's sake. It sounds like it's outside. I'm tripping out in this place.
A loud bang came from somewhere downstairs, making it seem as if someone or something was messing with them on purpose. To switch things up, Elliot and Joe decided to try the Estes method, something they don't normally do and are still skeptical of.
So, if there is a spirit or anyone in this building, we're wondering if you're able to use this device just down here that Elliot is using. Maybe you could speak through it somehow. I'm going to ask some questions and maybe you could give your responses through that device. We're not sure how it works, but it has been potentially proven to work. But we would like some actual proof. So, first of all, can you just tell us your name? Can you speak through this device and tell us your name? I'm actually going to go through here a bit, so just to make sure he definitely can't hear me. But I obviously need to be able to hear him. If you were the person walking around in this room that I'm in, can you tell us your name through the device that Elliot is holding?
At the bottom. This is disgusting. It's important.
Yeah, let's get the shit out of me. Is that door just closed again? If that door is not closed.
Around you.
What in the absolute caused that? I'm actually shaking. Nothing has closed.
This massive bang not only rattled the house, but also Joe. Despite searching for what could have caused this noise, he couldn't find the source. They continued with the Estes method, with Elliot calling out random words that seemed unrelated to anything. But later on, while reviewing the footage, Joe realized something downright unsettling.
Every time we hear something, generally it always seems like it's in the other bedroom.
Yes.
You just don't want us to go in there. I'll stay here. I won't.
On your arm. Arm.
Is that the third time now? You've said something.
Picture.
You said something about an arm 3 times. Did something happen to your arm? We carried on the Estes method for a little while longer and didn't really get any more responses that made any more sense. But then there's something that I realised during the edit that could have made a lot more sense, and I wish we had known at the time, is that we got the answers dead, tree, and noose.
Noose. Death. Tree.
But also talking about my arm. Now, on my arm, I have a tattoo of the Grim Reaper hanging from a tree by a noose. So having those words so specific and also pointing at my arm, maybe they were interested in something that was going on with that tattoo. Maybe they liked the tattoo, I'm not 100% certain. It's obviously very, very, very frustrating that we didn't make these connections at the time and only figured out afterwards, because we could have just carried on and we could have done some more investigating to figure out exactly whether they were talking about my tattoo or whether it was just an insane coincidence.
These specific words coming through seem like way too much of a coincidence, meaning Elliot and Joe could have possibly actually been communicating with a spirit.
That is pretty cool. The Estes method is one of my favorite to watch to see if things line up with their questions. But that is pretty cool that they saw his tattoo, basically, underneath his coat and everything. That's interesting. I like that one.
Be sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
And that will do it for me as well for another Fright Night Friday. Again, this is a Fearsome Top 5 video. The link to the original video will be down in the description below. If you did enjoy this content, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel. And I will catch you all next week after Christmas for another Fright Night Friday. Happy holidays.